So let me get this straight. You're telling me that a 25-year-old is supposed to play a 7-year-old? Really? Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional, and this is Dave from Nerdbox, and I'm accompanied by my wife Jen, also from Nerdbox. And on this episode, we are talking about Orphan, the first kill. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Our story takes place 2 years prior to Esther being adopted by the Colemans, and it is the origin story of Esther. How she chose her name, how she came to the States, and how she was eventually put up for adoption. Lena assumes the identity of a missing girl in America and is returned to the family, who does not realize that it is someone else.
Now, before you say, who the hell is stupid enough to fall for that trick? Well, guess what? It's happened before in real life.
It has. In fact, Law & Order SVU did a story based off of it, because they do a story based off everything.
Now, before we jump into things, don't forget it is our quest for 5,000 subscribers. And when each video hits 100 likes and 100 comments, we will be giving away free stuff that we've gotten from the theater. And most recently, we scored a second style of Top Gun posters from the theaters that you can get for free. And it'll be chosen once we hit 100 comments, 100 likes. And then when we hit 5,000 subscribers, you get to win this signed box of Strawberries and Scream cereal that is signed by David Arquette and Matthew Lillard. And there'll be some more signatures that'll appear on there on our journey to 5,000 subscribers.
I didn't expect much of a twist in this prequel, but I was pleasantly surprised with the one that was delivered. I'm a huge fan of Julia Stiles, specifically when she plays someone evil. The one thing that throws the movie off, though, is the camera angles, because they need to make 5'3" Esther appear probably about 6 inches shorter.
What other movie has Julia Stiles been evil in?
I've seen a lot of movies with her in them. You don't really watch Julia Stiles.
No, I don't.
So then be quiet.
This movie is brought to us by, I guess, a somewhat great director, or okay director, and that is William Brent Bell. And he brought us Separation, which was a very, very, very bad movie that we watched. I don't know if it was earlier this year or the end of last year, but it was just a bad movie.
I don't even remember it. It must have been really bad.
Well, it was about the dolls, the little voodoo doll things, and the mom dies, and she's really a bitch. And then the father has the babysitter hanging out with them, and then they have that whole music montage in the middle of that movie, just like they did in this one. What is his obsession with putting out-of-place music in movies?
I don't know, because he did The Boy and The Boy 2, and I believe in Brahms' The Boy 2, there was the music in the middle of it too.
I don't know, but the Brahms The Boy 2 was just absolutely horrible. So
we like The Boy.
Yeah. So this guy is at it again. He's released another movie, and just like Separation, there are some gaps and holes in this entire movie. So as you mentioned, the first 40 minutes or so, it's really just camera angle play, swapping out little child body doubles, hiding Isabel's face to try to make her appear younger, and it's kind of really distracting.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is when you have to put her, when she's up against, like when she's in a scene with Julia Stiles, because Julia Stiles is not super tall. I want to say she's probably like 5'6", 5'7", and Isabel Fuhrman is 5'3" in real life, so they're not that dissimilar in height, but they had to make her appear a lot shorter than Julia Stiles, so the camera angles were a little funky.
And it's not like we're dumb as moviegoers, right? But they seem to overemphasize her height through the first half of the movie.
They did.
Like, oh, let's show her feet. Let's show her hanging. But they wouldn't show her face. So they really just try to like, oh, we're going to trick those people from watching the movie, and we're going to really make them believe that this is a little girl.
Yeah, and really what they managed to do was make her look way too small, even for someone who's her age.
Yeah, so her
Kinda,
face didn't really fit her body or her head, because they would show backwards angles of the head and then they would show the front of her face, and it's like, what has she got? Like one of those weird troll faces that you used to see come up with a grinning smile. And it just didn't work.
And then in some shots they would show like, kind of like her full body, and then they would pan in, and remember she's got this tiny little body, and then they pan in and her head just seemed like E.T.'s head. Like it was too large for her body. It was very alienish.
Yeah, so like I had mentioned when we were talking about the trailer, the ADHD is like the red dot on the wall that the cat's chasing. So it's like, oh, can't help avoid looking at this bad camera angles and the way they're trying to distract you with her by overemphasizing it. But if you get through the first act and a half, the story picks up, and really Julia Stiles' performance is just like she hoists the film up and she makes it interesting, so there's your payoff.
Yeah, so when there's like the little kind of plot twist in it, I turned to him and I was like, well, damn. Because it wasn't what I expected. And I mean, as we all know, the original Orphan had one hell of a plot twist. I mean, this one wasn't on that level, but it was good.
Yeah, so we got to see it in the theaters with this film here, and realistically, if I think about this movie, it kind of reminds me of a bad 80s movie that's just so bad that you somehow enjoy watching it. It's kind of like Black Christmas. The second one, not the third one.
Oh. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Where it's just so bad that, like, you'll enjoy watching it because it's that bad and looking at things that are out of place. Almost reminds me of like one of those doll movies. Not Child's Play, but the other doll movies.
Like with porcelain dolls? Well, she looked like a porcelain doll, so.
Not really. I don't think so. But yeah, it's just there. I thought I got what I expected, I think.
Yeah, and this is playing, I think, for the next week or so at the Cinemark, if you have one of those. But in all honesty, I think the movie was more made for streaming than the big screen.
Oh, well, since you say that, what are you rating it?
I might leave it on in the background if I'm like cleaning or something, and there's, so it's nothing too distracting, so I stop what I'm doing and sit down and watch the movie instead. So it might be something I'd let play in the background. I don't think that I would like nix it completely, just because I really did like Julia Stiles' performance. But yeah, I would probably just let it play in the background.
So this movie's so bad that I would buy it. Yes, I would buy it. What?
Why?
Do you see some of the horror movies I have in my collection?
That's true.
Zombie Strippers.
Yeah, he likes some pretty janky
Andre
horror
the Butcher.
movies. Yeah.
Black Christmas. So there are a bunch of bad movies that are in the collection that I would watch again and enjoy it because it's bad. Because not every single 80s horror movie was good.
No.
There's demonic toys. There's dolls. There's plenty of those movies that are absolutely trash that...
I remember when I first watched some of these movies with you, like Black Christmas, I was like, what the hell am I watching? People are eating people, and there's incest. Yeah. Mm-mm. But now I like it.
And eventually I like Malignant, too.
I can't, because it's stupid.
It's really good. So that's my rating on it, is I would buy it because it's bad, which makes it good. Don't try to figure out the logic.
I bet the girls would enjoy it.
See?
I think they would.
Well, they did like the Babadook.
I know.
2 attempts, no. Anyway.
Wasn't that like Owen's favorite movie for a while?
No, that's the Bye Bye Man.
Oh, yeah. He thought that was scary. Anyway. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, and this weekend, today maybe, there'll be 2 reviews that are over on our Facebook page, so go over there and check it out. It is for Fall, and it is for Emily the Criminal. So there are reviews that we put there that we don't make videos for, because, you know you don't want to see non-horror ones, and I don't want to sit there and edit a video for 7 views. So people will read it there, so you can enjoy it there.
Yeah, and I mean, some movies just don't warrant us putting on the uniform and setting everything up in the bar, and yeah, and staying up late sometimes, so no.
Yeah, Vengeance did. But go and check
Vengeance
out
did.
that one. Alright, until the next, see ya.
Yeah.